I'm currently paying off my $304,000 and sip. Welcome to Wine and Chill, your home for all things millennial adulting. I'm Stephanie, here to discuss with you today my September student loan update. So as promised, I'm gonna give you guys updates the first week of every month. So here is our September student loan update. Again, if you are unfamiliar, I'm currently paying off my $304,000 and sip. Student loans, I've paid off $34,000 so far in the past 6 months. The link is in the cards if you want to check that out. I also have student loan repayment tips there as well. And now that I've paid off all my smalls, so everything under $3K, I'm tackling my big 6 from law school. So that is 3 $20,000 student loans each, 2 $50,000 student loans each, and then 1 $60,000. So for the rest of the year, I'll be tackling student loan 21 on my debt tracker, which started out at around 21,000, but in February, before everything happened and before we entered forbearance with our federal student loans and 0% interest, I actually refinanced that student loan, which at the time was a great idea, because I'll tell you what my then interest rate was. One sec. The original interest rate on student loan 21, here I have it at 5.84, and I then refinanced it in February to 4.74, which was significantly lower, would have saved me money across the long run if we didn't enter forbearance and 0% interest, which is unprecedented and has never happened before. So I don't feel too bad, because how the heck was I supposed to know that? But I'm super glad I didn't refinance the other five student loans out of my big 6, because I would have been pissed. So basically when I refinanced it though, even though the original principal of that loan was $21,815.67, that was before the interest. So the complete refinance amount and my new beginning principal, according to SoFi, who I refinanced with, was $23,811.41. The minimum payment on that student loan is $188. Since February, I've been paying $200 every month toward it. So the current balance right now is $21,924.64. I actually paid $2,000 towards it yesterday, so that should clear by Monday. So as of today, that balance for student loan 21 is $19,893.46. So I'll be paying roughly about $5,000 a month for the rest of the year towards that student loan. Again, I do automate my payments, so 65% of my paycheck does automatically go into a separate checking account, which that checking account is automated to pay that student loan. With SoFi, you can only automate one payment a month. So I pay my student loans with each paycheck, which I highly recommend. So with my second paycheck, I then pay the amount, 65% of that paycheck, to the student loan as well. So that way I'm paying the student loan down as fast as possible. One thing I am worried about and kind of curious about your thoughts on this. So I have my student loan tracker on my fridge that you guys have seen. And I get a star, I give myself a star for every time I pay off a loan. However, since my smalls were called smalls for a reason, they were all between 1K and 3K each. Every paycheck, or at least once a month, I was getting a star, versus now, like, there's no reward for like the rest of the year, because I don't have 20 grand to just pay the student loan off. So I was kind of curious on, like, what do you guys think? Should I make a new tracker, like, just for this loan, and that means make a separate tracker for each of the big 6, kind of to like motivate myself? I'm very big on physical trackers. To be honest, I think having that physical tracker on my fridge has definitely helped with my motivation. But I also don't want my fridge to be super cluttered. I feel like it will look tacky, but also, like, who's gonna see it besides y'all and then my boyfriend? So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I would like some type of physical tracker. Maybe I can do them on index cards and like something small and like a little project. I know it like sounds so silly, but when you're paying down such a large amount, which going from 304 to now 271, minus my 2 grand, that's gonna clear. Ooh, we're at 269, okay. We'll end the year at like $250,000 owed, and then next year I'll finally be out of the 2s and into the 1s, which I'm really excited about that. Having the physical tracker really just helps you realize like, okay, I'm slowly working my way out of this, because other than that, like your student loans are just kind of like this anxiety that you just carry around with you, but there's no like physical marker to show like that you're slowly getting rid of it, which is why I like the trackers, because I can physically see like, okay, I'm getting a step closer. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you haven't liked this video already, go ahead and like the video. So when I showed you guys in the original overview of all of my student loans, I do have a $6,000 Sallie Mae student loan, which I'm gonna be honest, she is not Sallie Mae. That is not accounted for on my tracker that's on my fridge. So the tracker on my fridge, you'll notice that the $6,000 bar study loan from Sallie Mae is not on there, and that's because subconsciously I hate that. But really though, and I forgot to put her on there, and it's laminated, so I also forgot this student loan too as well, which is why you see it written on there in the ugly handwriting. I don't want to write it on there in the ugly handwriting, so that's why she's not on there. And also because I forgot about Sallie Mae, I didn't factor her into this year's budget to pay off. So basically what I'm gonna do, because I'm doing debt snowball, which is smallest to largest, and the Sallie Mae loan is technically the next largest, but since I didn't factor that into my budget, every penny I get from like side hustle money is gonna go toward that Sallie Mae loan. And then also, I originally was supposed to go to the Olympics this year, which got canceled because of the pandemic, unfortunately. But fortunately for me, because I probably shouldn't have spent all that money, I did save up for a very long time, for 4 years, to get to afford to go. So I didn't feel bad about spending that money. And I did use my points to buy my plane ticket. So the plane ticket was completely paid for and free, of no cost to me. I'm getting my refunds finally months later in the mail for everything I spent to go to Japan, since I didn't get to go. And I'm using all that refund money to pay off the Sallie Mae loan. And I'm going to use my side hustle money, and then whatever is left over next year, because maybe I'll be able to pay her off this year, I'm not sure, but since she's not in my budget, not the 65% of my budget that goes towards the student loan, that's all going towards student loan 21. My tax refund next year, I'm going to put the whole thing towards Sallie Mae, and then of course factor her into next year's budget. So I haven't completely forgotten about her, but that's why y'all don't see her ass, because I don't like her. Also, speaking of my vacation that never was, this top is from Grassfields. I bought it for vacation. This video is not sponsored, but I'm always trying to give back with my money, be intentional about my spending, and support Black businesses, specifically Black women-owned businesses. I bought a bunch of stuff from Grassfield. It all fits like really well, and since I won't be going on vacation with it, I'm gonna wear them to YouTube. So you guys should check them out. I will put the link to their website below. The last time we talked, the federal student loans were in forbearance until the end of September. They've actually extended that now. So if you have federal student loans, you are in forbearance until the end of the year with 0% interest, which is great for you. And I highly suggest you take advantage of that and start paying those loans down. So the reason I have now 5 loans left that are federal loans, and this one loan, which was federal, that I refinanced, I'm paying this one down because the interest rate is 4.74, so it makes more sense for me to pay this down. However, so if I hadn't refinanced my student loan, I would definitely be paying down the federal loans since they're all at 0%. But since I've refinanced this one, it does make more sense to pay off this one because I'm incurring interest at this point. Prior to my student loan payoff journey in February that I started, when I was just paying the minimum of my student loans and just kind of ignoring them, none of those payments that I was making ever touched the principal. Versus now that you're at 0% interest, you have a chance to actually make a dent into your loan. So I highly suggest you use this time to pay down your student loans instead of saying like, okay, great, one less bill. If you can't, that's understandable, but it's all about how you've work your budget. So you might need to just move around some things. Now is a great time. Like, everything is basically closed. I know y'all are tired of takeout. It doesn't taste that great ordering food in versus sitting at the restaurant. So use that money that you used to spend on miscellaneous things and put them towards your student loans. It will really help you a lot in the long run. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And the first week of every month, I'm gonna give you guys updates to keep myself accountable and hopefully to keep you accountable too on your student loan repayment journey. And again, I'm gonna also do a walkthrough about student loan refinancing, because if you've already refinanced your loans, you can actually refinance them again and get an even lower rate, which is something I was thinking about maybe with my current SoFi loan, since I'm at 4.74, to maybe get it down to 3% in that range, because it will save me like a couple $100s, which it's a couple $100s that I can use towards a different loan. So leave me a comment, let me know how you guys have done this month with your student loan repayment. Are you taking advantage of the forbearance and the current 0% interest?